Blue skies shining on me. There we go. What are we doing there? Hey, all right. I love it when technology catches up with things. Hey, everybody, it's Conscious Medium Brandon Ross coming to you live here. Shout out to Penny and a huge congratulations to her hitting 2,000 subscribers. Congratulations, Penny. I love you. I knew you could do it. Giving your heart taps right out of the gate, kid. I'm also going to tell you that you've got to worry about the cataclysmic changes in the earth. Enjoy your earthquake. I already heard from Penny, everybody. Those of you that are... I actually had somebody send me a message saying, is Penny okay? It's a thing now. Thanks so much. And those of you that were on Facebook, go ahead and tell me that you moved over here so that you can see a little bit more. This is where I do the fun stuff. Not going to lie. Hey, Penny, you're alive. Thank goodness. We were going to send out the search party. By the way, I just know that it's another trick to try and get me to Malta sooner. Oh, Penny, you're the best. I cannot congratulate you enough. I have all my bells and whistles on. I'm going to do a couple of cards because I just told everybody over on Facebook to come over here. And somebody's like, can you pull a card for me? I would love to. You're on the whiskey. Of course you are. Of course you are. By the way, what, I think we should start to mull over another name for our show, and it'll be like the recovery coach and the Penny with the recovery coach. I don't know. Anyways, how are you guys? Hope you guys are doing well. See some people jumping in here. I'm gonna do a couple of readings here, but I want to make sure. Hey, Carol, how are you? Do me a card. You are shit-faced. Do me a card, lovely. Do you mind giving me a card? Hey, Kathy, how are you? Hope you guys, and by the way, my members are starting to enjoy some original content. I got to tell you guys what kind of went on with me here in November. First of all, on my docket here, I have a couple of appointments this afternoon, so I've got to kind of keep this one a little bit short. I have to fix all of the meditations. I'm realizing that the meditations are not being seen. I had actually gotten a message from one of my current students, and they were like, why can I not find any of the things? I go, they're right in there. Well, on my phone, she's contacted me last night. On my phone, it doesn't give you the functionality, so I had to kind of get here in order to see it. But members, you're about to get like the last week's worth of meditations out. I really apologize. It's a shortcoming of mine with the technology. I think it works one way, or it works one way one day, and then next day, oh yeah, you are a member. Of course you're getting a card. You either have to be on a show with me or a member. Those are my rules here. But the Empath Survival Guide, let me pitch this. If you're not in already, click on the links below and get yourself registered. First of all, there's no reason not to. It's free. Second of all, it is nothing but love with it. How about building and at least becoming cognizant of the tools that you need coming into the holiday season? Now, yes, this is the U.S. I'm sorry, Penny, I'm not available for filming on Thursday, so we'll have to do it tomorrow. Let's go, love. She had me booked all day Thursday. I'm like, it's Thanksgiving. Football, food, and family. I like one over the others. Go Vikings! Anyway, so the dynamic that we talk about in the Empath Survival Guide are the tools that you're incorporating. Strategies, conversations, the way to protect your house, a self-evaluation connected to it. And then, what are you going to do about it, right? How are you going to do it? Why are you going to do it? What are you protecting? Take a look at your path. Holy. I know, tomorrow's going to be great. I can't wait for next week either. We have a whole bunch in store. Holy Toledo. 2023, that is the year of the Leo rising. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, Rainbow in the Clouds, thank you so much. I see your comments. I love them every time. I really do. Thank you so much. So, and by the way, we have already eclipsed, see what I did there? We have already eclipsed the number of viewers I had over on Facebook, and that is why Facebook is dead to me. It really is. The algorithms just bury shit. You got to pay for everything. It's like, oh my gosh, this is part of the reason why I haven't grown the way that I think I'm going to grow. That's why I'm sitting here pumping out content left and right, just like Penny did and hit 2K. Love you, Penny. All righty. Here we go. Are you ready? All right, Penny, here we go. Oh, Penny, the 4 of Pentacles. Also, a little bit of the FOMO card here, a little bit of hanging on to things. You're afraid of losing things. But guess what this is, dear? This card is a Taurinian card. Yes, yes, yes. I love it when a plan comes together. So the 4 of Pentacles is actually between May 11th and May 20th. I'm sorry, Penny. When's your birthday? Go ahead, chime right in right there. Thank you very much. It's between May 11th and May 20th if you're following along. And by the way, I'm having a great tarot class this time around. I've got people that are really cool stuff. Hey, Carol, go ahead and sign up for it, so I'll send you the video afterwards. You can still sign up for it if you can't make it. I probably should have mentioned that even in the writing. But Penny, here is your card. You're in another middle earthquake? Well, yeah, you're hanging on. You're kind of scared shitless here. The 16th of May. Ding, 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 ding. I literally just pulled the Penny card. How hot is that? If you think I'm sexy, then you do my tarot. Talk to me about astrology, baby. That's how we do it. So Penny and I do this really unique thing about Whiskey and Bagels, which is just fantastic. Yes, Carol, thank you so much. I'm actually going to, and truth be told, I'm also going to put it on the membership side. But on the flip side of this, there's the part of it too where if I can get your email and your other stuff, we can start doing correspondences. That's the one thing that YouTube doesn't do all that great. Like, I have to like post stuff to contact you guys, which is like, ugh. It's not very engaging, right? Alrighty, here we go. Hey, Kathy, thanks so much for chiming in here. Carol, you're up next. Oh, behave. All right, Kathy, here we go. I hope you're ready for it. We get the Gemini card. We've got the Lovers. And if it's, if you don't get any this Thanksgiving weekend, it's not Barry White's fault. Just telling you. But the history of the choice card is really important. Now, I know that it's the Lovers, and by the way, I'm using the Gilded Tarot. If we're looking at the traditional tarot, which I should probably pull that out just so that we can do some comparison here, it's really interesting because I was at the Ancient Alien stuff this weekend. And first of all, mind-blowing. Love those guys. I'm name-dropping, but I can't wait to work with them. Anyways, so you might want to follow along, everybody. Look at this. You come onto my live, so then you tell Penny you love her. Actually, Darlene, I love you too. And by the way, Penny and I have actually talked a little bit about, I'll talk about it in a second, but I want to talk about the Lovers card here that I pulled from the Leo Marchetti deck of the Gilded Tarot. But I want to point out the Natural Tarot, the original, if you will, that Rider-Waite, purchased and contemplated and all this other stuff. You'll notice that it is two people that are not being forced to do anything, and they can really kind of do whatever that they want. They are not bound by anything, right? Then if you take a look at the Devil card, they're not only bound, but they're being told to stay. It's, yeah, Kathy, I mean, it's cool. And certainly it's a Gemini card. Pay attention to that. And in ancient tarot, and the tarots that were uncovered over the time, oh, Penny, I'm still here. Listen, how do you, if these earthquakes keep it up, how do you know it's really the earth moving? Could be me running downhill. See what I'm saying? Anyways, so the Lovers card, also known as the Choice card, also is strongly represented in the number 6. By the way, if you're in my tarot class, you're hearing all of that. Oh, and if you want to actually get all the recordings of the tarot class, shoot me a message. Send me a link. I can get you into the last couple of live classes. This is a great way to download 3 classes where we talk about the major arcana and then we split up the 2 minor arcanas into 2 different weeks. We just talked about cups and wands last night. Whew, really good. Yeah, you were hoping. Penny, you were such a cheeky. What is going on with you? What is up with you? Apparently, the earthquake has scrambled my brains. Yes, certainly, Rainbow. I'm going to get to everybody here today. I kind of like these middays. I like it when the crowds are a little bit smaller. I mean, when I had like 250 people, I was like, But I still have more people on this. Even if I just stop now, I've had more people on this than I had on Facebook, and I was on there for a half hour almost. Shit. And it's not ego. It's really not ego. But I got to tell you though, we're coming to Carol. So Kathy, thanks so much for coming. All right, Carol, don't get hung up by this one, but it's the Four of Swords. By the way, this is also a Gemini card. 2 Geminis right in a row. So this is the latter part of Gemini. I don't know if you're in mid-June, but here you are. Here it is. This is also the timing. This is also the Romeo and Juliet card. You know, when 2 cross-starred lovers don't necessarily come together. The lesson isn't, hey, you're in love and you missed out, but what it is about timing. Carol, this is a timing card for you. This is about you taking it easy, letting it flow over. If you want to be an Eagles song, it's take it easy. Take it easy. Oh, Carol, I think this is a great card for you. Because at first, and people get hung up by this, it's like, is he dead? No, he's resting. And by the way, the swords that are above him are not really, they're not pointed towards him. So it's not a threatening thing. It's more of a, he's protected. So you're being protected with your time, and it's about divine timing. The sword underneath is about the rest and the relaxation and the thought process in which you need. Carol, I think you're an amazing person, so go kick ass and take names. Fair enough. It's all I know about you. I know it's an internet affair, but if I know this much about Penny, I think I can guess what's going on with you. It's pretty good. Love you. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. It's against my better judgment, even though you're like absolutely, loving Penny on my channel. I'm kidding. Listen, if you don't love Penny, it's a you problem. I've said that 100 times. And I hope you guys really know that, like, Penny and I, like, just have this abundant admiration for each other. And it's really genuine behind the scenes. And I think you guys, I think the people that have kind of seen some of the behind the scenes stuff really, you're July 22nd. Okay, so you're into Cancerian stuff. I get you. All right, Darlene, here we go. Darlene, then we're going to go to Rainbow here. Darlene, hey, how about a little triumph? Oh, I love this as a Thanksgiving card. Woohoo! So, the 6 of Wands, you're riding high. Yeah, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. They have call in 2. Call in 4. So this is about triumph. This is great for Thanksgiving. This is you coming in a little bit on your high horse, right? It's you coming in on your high horse, Darlene, but it's also you riding high here. So maybe you've had challenges or conflicts in previous Thanksgivings, but this is your time to really kind of come into this. This is you, and I know I'm pitching a free class here, everybody. The Empath Survival Guide, this is where you end up. You end up with the 6 of Wands. You come in high. You get down in the trenches, but you get up on your horse. And it is a high horse, but it's not an arrogance thing. It is a Leo card, but it's actually about judicious leadership, right? And by the way, in terms of the timeliness, which we go over in the tarot class, this is right smack dab at the end of August, right? Or at the end of the Leo time in August, so that middle 11th to the 20th, right? It's kind of cool. Yeah, we really do play. All right, Rainbow, I promised you a card. I certainly did. All right, Rainbow, here we go. Oh, behave. Want to get away? Might I suggest the beautiful island of Malta or upstate New York, depending on which way you go. Hello, Rainbow. How about a King of Wands showing up right here? Boom! It's not Barry White's fault. I'm going to tell you that right now. So a lot of people think that the King of Cups is kind of like the, hey, we're the King of Love, blah, blah, blah. No, this is the King of Passion. Here we go, everybody. By the way, there are 2 queens that actually kind of like outrank the king, right? So the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Love, yeah, Rainbow, here we go. Here's the education. You're welcome, Darlene. Thank you. So Rainbow in the Clouds, love that name. You're pulling one of the kings that are a little distracted. So when the Queen of Cups comes out, the Queen of Cups is water on water energy. The Queen being feminine and water, water being the cups, and she's just like, I'm kind of in charge here. This is what's going on. She's the one that's on stable ground. She's the one that's got it together. Then you look at the King of Cups, and he's on this floating pillar thing, and you're just like, what the frick is going on? He's holding on for dear life. He's got a staff in one hand. He's got his chalice in the other. It kind of looks like a double phallic if you look at it really quick. Am I right or am I right? And then you got the Queen of Wands. She's sitting there with a cat going, yeah, purr, baby, purr. I'm in charge here. I'm large and in charge. I got your intuition. I got your passion. I got your everything else. And then the King of Wands is like, he's a little distracted. You want to know why? Look at him. Look at what he's distracted by. Hello, ladies. Do I know you from somewhere? Why don't we just talk about things here? Can I buy you a drink? Maybe 5? So you want to be mindful in your direction in which you're doing it in. I don't mean it, but you know what I mean. You want to be able to, Aries here double. Well, there you go. There you go. So, and again, that's also not, it's not a bad thing, but this is totally a fire sign Aries card. This is you living your passion, living your life. You just got to worry about being distracted. That's all, right? So if this is, Aries are double Aries. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. You see something shiny and you're like, I want more candy. You're like, I just ate an entire bag of Tic Tacs or whatever. Or in Penny's case, she ate a whole thing of Pop-Tarts. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But Rainbow, thank you so much. And I think ADHA, maybe a little bit. Yeah, Darlene, thank you for honoring me like that. I'd like a card if you feel it. I want to hang with you. I really have paid attention. One of the things that you're going to pick up on the Empath Survival Guide, which I hope to see you all tonight. And by the way, if you can't get there tonight, still sign up for it because you're going to get it. You know, I can send you the link and you'll be able to get connected to it, right? And we have to figure out how we interact with people better, right? We have to figure out how we get there the right way. In, you know, sitting in the Ancient Aliens conversation, sitting in the stuff that you know, is waking me up and making me see things in a bigger picture, it's pretty incredible. Because I'm realizing that the work that I'm supposed to do is more than mediumship. It's connected to astrology, for sure. But I see these things. I've had having that time in Sedona. And by the way, I hope you guys have seen my Sedona video, thoughts on Sedona. I've got to go back and say 2022 because I'm already planning to go again next year. I'm already hooked up with a travel agent. It's going to be so much bigger than last time. Yeah, and Penny, you know what we have planned, for Christ's sake. Are you teasing it? We have so many plans for next year. Our producer starts next week, who will remain nameless until such time that we put them into a t-shirt. We string them up and we bring them out and be like, hey, here's our pet producer. I'm only kidding. This is terrible. But Penny, for some reason, her default is to tie men up. Anyway, so the part of it that I think is really kind of interesting for me, and the cosmic change that I've had happen is, you know, I had challenges with every relationship in my life because I always kind of had this ODD thing, like, what are they doing against me, or what, you know? And sometimes with gift, you get a little paranoid. You just do, because you're like, well, I know the difference, and you don't have the patience to let it flow through. When I talk about empath survival, it's not survival as much as it's, you know, just kind of getting through it. You are in survival mode when you put yourself into that, when you don't have the tools. It's kind of a misnomer to call it empath survival. What it really is thrival, because you're building a set of skills for you to be able to thrive in and not feel like you're in fight or flight mode. So I'll tweak it as I go along. But there's an amazing thing. By the way, Trish the Navigator, hello, how are you? Love your work. How about a little Libra action? Justice card coming out. I gotta say goodbye, everybody. I gotta call the school back because they're calling me for one thing or another. Yeah, it's coping mechanisms. Kim, I know I'm gonna see you there. I know you signed up. Love you, doll. And by the way, how do you like the tarot class, Kim? It's a lot of fun, isn't it? So Trish the Navigator, how about an 11 card? A little justice action here. Strong Libra energy, but it's also about finding your balance in life. And if you're navigating for other people, boy, the one thing I want from my navigator is, do you have your stuff together? Listen, we all get affected by the wind, but how do we find equilibrium with it? You know, Penny's sitting there in an earthquake, and I realize that me sitting here on this channel connected to her right now and talking about her calmed her ass down. I love her. In this moment, these are the opportunities in which we bring balance not only to ourselves, but other people. Yeah, Mary, I agree with you. And by the way, think about all of the things that are thrown in our way. You know, one of the things about Ancient Aliens is how much they talk about the technology. I'm also here to tell you that the number one reason why we haven't evolved is the technology. We're now getting to a point where our information is flat in front of us, but our technology is sitting there scroll, 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 scroll. I cannot tell you how many times I have this great lightning bolt of an idea and I get distracted by something. Well, you know, people are like, oh yeah, you have ADHD. Actually, I've gone through the diagnosis and they're like, you don't have ADHD. You just have like 5 people talking to you at once. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then they're like, yeah, we're going to have you take this other thing. Next thing I know, I'm looking at ink blots and they're like, what do you think when you see this? And I'm like, it's Archangel Michael. And then they're like, okay, how about this one? And I go, it's Ezekiel. We just had a convo. You know, and then they show me another one and I'm like, that's Jesus. Anyways, thank you guys for following me along on that. Ha! Trish is a triple Libra, everybody. Good night. Mwah! Thank you, cards. You never failed me. You gotta be kidding me. So I pulled a Libra card here. Now, if you tell me that you were a lawyer in a previous life before you started helping people on your journey, yeah, it totally is. Trish, I love it. Yeah, by the way, I don't know if you saw my call out. I actually am asking people that are practitioners that do this work, especially when it comes to people's journeys, to shoot me an email because I'm lining up the work that Penny and I do is really unique and it's very topical and it's planned and, you know, there's a lot of freedom within that. But I need another outlet and being able to do like half-hour conversations with people and bring those things out. About people on their path. Yes, if you're promoting something, we're all part of a business. We're all, you know, this is what we do for a living. So I think it's a very important role for me to connect people. I've always had the term connection somewhere in the work that I do. And what is consciousness but a connection to your higher self. So I don't know if you saw that, but I'd love an email from you with your interest to be one of my guests on this. I'm going to be doing them pretty regularly. It is not touching anything to do with Whiskey and Bagels. It's a damn near perfect show. We can only make it better with content. But this is just, casual conversations, things that we're connected with. We have sponsors coming on board. This is really living the dream, and I can't thank you guys enough. That's what I'm thankful for. This is what I am thankful for. Yeah, I know. We do plan it, goddammit. If you're not going to be the Taurus in this conversation, we are toast. I'm a Pisces with the Leo rising. My shit's all over the place. And I'm an Aquarius moon. I don't give a rat's ass afterwards. I'll call you in the morning. Anyways, I digress. The part of it that I love about this work, and I've really figured out the combination, and I cannot thank Penny enough. Yeah, just find my emails. Shoot me a quick email, Trish. I'll give you the prep stuff. We'll figure out a time. But the stuff I really love about this is how much I have been prepared to do this work on a bigger stage. And I'm not saying it from a place of ego, although the Leo rising. I love you too, Penny. I mean that genuinely. But it's the idea that, and I'm grateful for the people that got me here. I'm grateful for the people that pissed me off. I'm grateful for the people that made me feel like I wasn't worthy. I'm grateful for the things I'm starting to sound like the meditation that's coming out on Thursday, but I'm grateful for the fact that I fell down. And I was like, oh, I can't do that again. I have to do it in a different way. Thank God I screwed up. Because the way I did it wasn't going to be good for me. The way that I'm at now, oh, I love it. You know, one of my best friends in the world loves crystals, and she's just in my ear about it all the time. She's amazing. I have another great person in my life that edits my book and lets me be as cerebral as I need to be. I have a woman on the other side of the world that is a phone call away for the laugh of a lifetime. I have a person that has been a compass for me to help me help show me who I am in this life, and that I am worthy of being loved. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me that I've gotten to a point, that I've gotten to this point, that as I've gone through my own Chiron returns, by the way, into the new year, my big class is going to be the Astrology Health, Wellness. You know, the Astrology Self-Care class. It's to be able to kind of look at those things and help you become who you're supposed to be with using your astrology and understanding your techniques that you need to use with the things that are affecting you. You know, in Libras, and certainly a triple Libra, is going to work way more effectively than a double Aries, right? And it's kind of one of those things. Yeah, guides need to be guided too. First, by the way, first rule of mediumship is know your guides. You know, we go through this work, and when we don't roll up our sleeves. On my personal Facebook, I posted the picture of the Ancient Alien stage, and George Tsoukalos is up there, and all that other good stuff. And by the way, they are working with somebody who I'm reading quite a bit about on Malta, by the way, who's a neighbor of Penny's. It's a crazy thing. And it's, yeah, Carol, you're a member, so look for that discount post. I have discount codes for my members. And I have that picture, and I posted that picture up, and I basically kind of do this rambling about we're walking into consciousness whether we want to be or not. And I think we purposely distract ourselves from our own personal work. And we think, and this is what the trend has been. The trend has been you get to a certain point in your life and then you fall apart. That's a real thing. It's midlife crisis, it's burnout, it's all these things, right? I think what is happening with this younger generation, the quiet quitting, the the ghosting, that sort of thing. Now, ghosting isn't cool, but you also kind of understand that. I understand the necessity and the ramifications of it. But are they showing us a better way to deal and cope with the energies that are around us and the expectations? Well, with quiet quitting, they're basically saying, you're not holding up your end of the bargain. I'm not going to hold up mine. I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, period, have a nice life. And then, the entrepreneur that's like, I'm paying you this much money, you need to do A, B, and C. It's a self-centered, arrogant perspective. By the way, how much of that is the age of Pisces? And look at how much we play this game into marriages and relationships and ownership and bosses and that sort of thing. Maybe this 22 to 33 generation right now are actually figured it out and are basically saying, hey, listen, pace yourself, man. Don't ever get to the point of burnout. Friday night is my Friday night. You don't touch that. By the way, yeah, they smoke a little pot, but they don't drink like they used to, kids. Alcohol consumption. Penny. Alcohol consumption from 45 and above has tripled in the past 6 years. It has declined from ages 18 to 30 significantly over the past 10 years. What does that tell us? Well, first of all, you can make the argument, and they will, that marijuana has become legal in the United States and all that other stuff. Well, I'm here to share something else with you. That the coping pieces that come along with things like overindulgence, and I'm not talking about when Penny sips of whiskey. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people getting shit-faced on a regular basis. Penny doesn't get shit-faced. I mean, we talk about it. We laugh about it, but that's not her. I'll vouch for her. What I'm actually talking about is the amount of consumption of that age group dealing with it, because whether it's cultural, it was acceptable, it was whatever, and then what's happening on with this generation going, I'm not going to dehydrate myself and run myself ragged. Well, listen, us chiseled veterans are like, yeah, we got this. You know what? I'm gonna do this at this time. I'm gonna boot and rally, and then I'm gonna go to here and blah blah blah. Trust me, SUNY Albany has my DNA all over the place because I got sick. I should probably tailor that a little bit. But it's also about the dynamic of generationally, we have to pay attention to this because there's been a cultural shift about how we respond to energy. That's what I'm talking about here. I'm actually talking about the idea that the way that we're dealing with things are different and we're being shown things, right? And there's an authenticity of being able to stand in your truth. And by the way, these 26, 28-year-old kids that are saying to their boss, I'm sorry, but you told me one thing and you're showing me another. I wouldn't have dreamed of doing that at 27. I would have shut up, I'd have put my head down, and I would have gone home and been like, give me another Big Mac. That's why I weighed 440 pounds at one time in my life. Because I didn't have that coping mechanism. I didn't have a healthy outlet. I didn't have that dynamic in which I knew how to have that mature, non-adolescent conversation, right? And listen, it's still coming. Our evolution of this has been a thing. You know, everything from the cancel culture to the Me Too movement. And again, all of them have valid points, but they were extreme, right? They didn't let the other person talk. You know, the first move in the Me Too movement is isolate so they can't respond. They're narcissist. Well, I want to defend myself. Oh, no. You're gaslighting. I'm not gaslighting. I'm explaining myself. You're holding me accountable. I'm trying to hold myself accountable. You see how that works? So as much as there's importance to these evolutions, our coping mechanisms also have to kind of change. We listen to respond. How do you actually have an argumentative conversation without getting upset with the person? And last but not least, how do you pursue your higher self if you're mired in what other people are going to do and you have to react to it? Boom. Mic drop. Have a great life. Right? Anyways, guys. I hope to see you tonight at the Empath Survival Guide. If you're local in upstate New York, I'm at the great Sacandaga Brewery on Sunday night, because by then you're done with all of the families and the siblings and all that other stuff. Chances are they've gone home and you need yourself a good whiskey. Young people today compared to when I was growing up are articulate and confident. Well, there's something to be said for sitting Johnny down and getting his emotions out, right? We've just evolved. Yeah, and you know, thank you for being brave enough to type that there, Kim, because it is, you've got this trauma. Where is your Saturn in your chart? Why do you think Penny and I talk about this all the time? Like, your trauma's in your chart. Like, you're going to have a tough mom. It's in your chart. You're going to have a dad that abandons you. It's in your chart. Oh, but look at this. You have this aspect compared to this, and you're trying to the moon, and or you've got Mercury coming in and blah, blah, blah. This will be good for you to, oh, and look at this. It's in these houses. So maybe you're going to do this work as a living, for a living, or maybe you're going to be able to help others along in your journey. Let's start paying attention to it. The magic of astrology comes full circle with this stuff. It's amazing to me. And as a civilization, we're the greater, when we talk about things like the age of Gemini to the age of Taurus to the, to Cancer, let's just go back to even the age of Leo. And we start kind of moving it forward where, the Taurus, which is the bull, and then, which is the bull in the Bible, right? Slaying the bull, golden calf, all that stuff. Do not worship the golden calf. Don't pay attention to the age of Taurus anymore. Then we moved into the age of Aries, and guess how we killed the age of Aries? We took a ram up to the top, and Abraham said, We're out of here. All right, Abraham, you're now the father of the new generation because you were able to kill and slay the old ideas. Now, from Aries, we moved into the age of Pisceans. The age of Pisces. This codependency is where we're at. Who's going to kill the codependency? The Aquarian that says, you better do your stuff. You better get your act together, and you better be cerebral about it. No more of this emotional manipulation. No more of this over-emote. And by the way, does that mean art is going to die? Does that mean music is going to die? Absolutely not. It means that it will have intention. And that's how we actually elevate. That's how we actually become conscious. Hot diggity damn, we're figuring it out as a culture, and we're fighting it. We're fighting it every step of the way. Isn't it beautiful? By the way, would you guys like Penny and I to do a live whiskey and bagels and take questions from everybody? Wouldn't that be fun? Because we are going to be doing some other things together. Don't you worry. Just because I'm doing this podcast thing, this is me connecting things, and there's business codependency with. You have no idea. Have you seen? Did Penny tell you? Everybody shows up. There's Soul Mama Beth. There you go. Soul Mama Beth. I love that. I'm so stalking you later. Soul Mama Beth. That just, yeah, we'd have a lot of fun. Penny, are you still there? Are you still safe? Yeah. Hey, Penny, I think we got to do a live show a month. Maybe we do an exclusive for our members. Oh. Membership quality. Hey, Nicole, how are you? Thank you, guys. Hey, Lauren, how are you? Mary, okay, Gloria. Oh, yeah, everybody's coming out of the woodworks now. Codependency with Penny. I'm sorry, I freaking love that. So, Penny, I'm going to tell you why that's so funny. I can't stop laughing. Oh my God, I can't stop. Oh my gosh, here's a 20-minute video of me just laughing. When she and I first connected, we did this thing where we wanted to do this thing where we talked about each other's chart, and we cut so deep into each other. Oh my God, it was flipping brutal. It was and I'm like, and you know what? Another thing, you were gonna do anything you could do to get famous. And then she would say something like, yeah, you know what? Your mother never knew how to show you love. I'm like, oh yeah, well you were divorced at least twice, if not 3 times, and there's probably a body buried. And she's like, then she goes, you, in your chart, you've never been hugged. We just kept doing chops back and forth, and we were justified with it, but it was hysterical. And we're crying because it was just brutal honesty. And it was, so at the end of it, I said, so what's your copay? When she was a therapist, so that's why it's so funny. Oh my God, this is so, oh gosh, I'm glad. Thank you. I'm glad it brightens things up. But it's it's a fun thing for me because, in the book, my gosh, get the book. I should have it any year now. Gotta fire this publishing company before they even start. But it's called Funny You Should Say That because laughter is such the basis of things, and Penny makes me laugh. It's just fucking hysterical. My senior high school quote was, I can divide my life up into 2 categories. The things that are funny and the things that don't matter. Think about it. Think about it. That was my senior quote, dude. Brilliant. Beautiful. All right, guys. Listen, I want to thank you guys so much. Make sure you sign up for the class. I'm gonna pull up a quick stat here and see if there's people signing up. Thank you guys for doing this. Again, it's 7 o'clock Eastern time. Even if you're not in, even if you can't make it, go ahead and jump in there. Oh my good Betty, I love you. It's a free class. You only get one link though. Thank you guys so much for being part of my journey. Yeah, it's kind of a yeah. Bite your tongue. I better get it before then. But I want to thank you guys for being a part of this, and you guys are really sticking it out here. You know, I've been on for 40 minutes, and you guys are north of 20 something minutes and watching me, so you're paying attention. I must have pretty okay content. But I want to give you guys a heart tap to tell each other and remind each other, have a safe and great Thanksgiving. I've got a couple of really cool videos coming out. I've got the spiritual meaning of turkeys coming out. I have the Joe Biden video coming out. I also have a surprise. The person who initiated Thanksgiving in the United States. I thought it would be really kind of cool. Yeah, Trish, and we'll connect. Hey, Mary, here we go. Oh, Mary, here you go. It's the Hermit card. So either we're talking strong Virgo action, or it's time for you to do some self and inner work. As I talk to Trish, the Navigator. All right, guys, thanks so much. And remember, keep going. Love you guys. Penny, I hope you're safe.